Welcome back to the Marbella stage here in sunny Spain. And we've also got some guests in other sunny locations, including Israel right now. So this session is on stream 2. Just in case you were thinking, where's all the other content? If you're on Facebook, you will see each session individually, and the same on YouTube. If you're on Umbrella, which is the platform that we're using for the event, that's where you can make great connections, connect with the speakers. For example, find out their details and arrange a meeting. You will see stream 1, stream 2, stream 3 from the drop-down box. And we're running all 3 streams for 3 days. So 50 sessions, lots of content. But this promises to be an amazing panel. It's choosing a proactive approach in your banking and legal. And I'd like to introduce Taron to moderate this session.
Wow! Don Carlos, wow, big wow. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Live in there's so many people here with us. It's just, I can't believe that it's happening now, today, with so much great colleagues, partners, and friends. So thank you guys. And let's just meet them one by one. Where are my friends? Where are my dear friends? Let's see. I have Jeffrey here. I have Marius. I have Matan. Yeah. Well, okay, let me introduce them one by one. I think that we all here together good. Let me see if we need muting. No, I think it's fine. I think we don't hear any feedback, and if something will go wrong, let us know. Okay, so let me first introduce my friends. As I told you, today super panel. We have several from Tel Aviv, several from Malta, another sunny place, and also from Vilnius. Marius, how is Vilnius today?
Actually, it's amazing and it's hot, although I'm very envious of the views that we just saw of Marbella. So would really love to be there, actually, in this weather.
I was actually envious also on the music. It was really like, you know, Ibiza-style music and Balearic-style music. All wait to be there again and dance and see the clubs, hopefully, if not this summer, the next summer. So, my friend, let's start with Mr. Marius Galdikas from ConnectPay. I believe that anyone knows ConnectPay. It's like it became a household name, both in the affiliates and the marketing side, as a BSP, as an EMI. They are, I call them a bank, even though theoretically they're not a bank. You know, they are one of the fastest growing EMIs, one of the fastest growing settlement account providers in the Baltics, in Lithuania. Many of our clients work with them. They're very, very speedy in response, and I'm really happy to get my CEO of ConnectPay here on the panel. He just got his baby born. When was your baby born, Marius?
Last week. So he's 1 week old now.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Hopefully he won't come barging in here yelling and whatnot, but yeah. That's number 3, so I think I'm experienced enough now.
It doesn't look like that, but he's already have this experience. But yeah, experience, amazing. So thank you so much, Marius, for your time.
Thanks for having me, Tal. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, my friend. Next, I have my friend Matan Amoyal, the founder of Boiling Offers, a very famous affiliate network, working with lots of verticals, you know, mainly finance and crypto, and also lots of, you know, gaming and e-commerce. And he does also, you know, online marketing. And, you know, the thing about Matan that I like, he has like an open-minded. Every time he comes with new ideas based on demand. We'll also touch this in the panel. So thank you so much, Matan, for joining me today on a Friday. It's not a work day in Israel, and he came. Thank you so much, Matan.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you. Then we have Jeffrey Romano. Jeffrey is already, you know, even though he did not, you know, he was not born into, you know, affiliates, gaming, or finance. He has such a big experience and also an ability to give good service that I admire Jeffrey and his team, because I think that there is no other service provider in the industry that actually answers us around the clock, probably except my firm. You know, I think that both Amir and Matan knows that my team is also like that. But I think that when you see an EMI based in Malta, you know, with this island culture, and sorry to say that, Jeffrey, you know, Malta sometimes have very, you know, island culture like Cyprus. You know, it doesn't mean they're not very professional. We like working with the Maltese on each and every aspect, but let's say speed is not always the best characteristic. But with ConnectPay, this is something which I can say. I think that it's part because of the combination in the company with, you know, the roots that comes for the German roots based in Hamburg, and all this Maltese technology, and so it's like a joint DNA that you have in Phoenix P, which you actually grow and make us actually like together as a family. And the good thing about also Phoenix P, a part of the service IBAN for you, which is an amazing, have also payment as a service, also help clients to develop their own payment services themselves. They have lots of services connected to SEPA, and they're not a fit from crypto. This is why I really like working also with Phoenix P. So thank you, Jeffrey, to come for our panel. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Tal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. Last but not least, in our panel is Mr. Amir Mikay. Amir Mikay, also, I'm sure that you saw, if you're over in the 15 years, in the last 15 years, if you've been in affiliate events, if you've been in marketing events, in casino conference and forex conference, I believe if you ask who is the king of data, who is known as the king of data, people will tell Amir Mikay. I don't know who invented that name, but I think 5 or 6 years ago, that's from there I started to hear that name, the king of data. I don't know what does it mean. Maybe Amir will explain us, but he knows to deal with data, with leads, with hot leads, cold leads, lukewarm leads. I don't know what does it mean, but it's what I heard. So Amir, thank you so much for joining us for this panel. That's only the introduction before even the first question.
Thank you, Tal.
My friend Amir, let's start with you with the first question. It'll be an open question for everybody. There's lots of competition out there, and I want to hear about each one of you, briefly. What makes your company special? Your company special, that difference from the competition. Let's start with you, Amir, please.
Well, we are focusing on the crypto trading operation. We're working with over 18 clients. What makes us special is the automation. We are warming the leads. We're doing email marketing, SMS marketing. We provide high quality leads to our clients, and that's sustainable, and that makes us special.
I think that what I also can tell you special, that you're never afraid to test new stuff. You just got like Rafa with you and test, do A/B testing, what is working and what is not working, and you're very proactive, but you don't have an ego thing. Many people are in love in a position, and because of the ego, they continue. And sometimes I saw with you, Amir, you told me, listen, this thing doesn't work, forget about it, let's do something else. And I saw it with you,
yeah.
And it's not very common, in this industry, and I really like that about your company. Thank you, Amir, for joining.
Thank you, Tom.
Jeffrey, Phoenix P. Okay, you're based in Malta, and I can tell you in my eyes what I can see, but I want to hear from you what makes your company special, as a service provider in Malta. Thank you.
Sure. As you were saying, Tal, we covered full value chain in payments. So, whether it's credit card processing, alternative payment methods, IBAN accounts, virtual IBANs, settlements, forex conversions, we cover all of these services, and that means that merchants can work with us instead of they can work with us for several services instead of working with several payment service providers for different services. I think another thing that sets us apart a bit in the industry is the level of experience that we bring. Our executive team has probably over 100 years of combined executive experience in banking, tech, iGaming, crypto, and other niche industries. So bringing all of this knowledge to our partners and to our clients is something that is, I think, a bit unique.
What I can also tell you, my friend, I'm all the time muting and not muting because I don't want it for feedback. First of all, it sounds very strange, this 100 years of experience. I remember also with Marius and ConnectPay, we had bankers, 20 years of experience, blah, 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 brick and mortar, 60 years old people. I don't think it's a bad thing to have a 60-year-old banker at the front of a firm. I think it's also sometimes very, very good. But I think that when I see, Phoenix P, for example, this experience doesn't go, or this 100 years, whatever, if you're speaking about the, co-founders, Stefan and Jens, a part of being very experienced, 15, 20 years, each one of them, I think they're very cool and very open-minded, and their door is always open to learn more. And that is really, really cool. So I think that with you, it's a very good balance between experience and also agility. And that's what I see from the side. And also what I also see, and that's very, very competitive, on a competitive approach. And I see that I really enjoy what I see working with your team. Specifically, Malta is very famous for its licensing regime for casinos. For the EMIs, I can't say it didn't have the best name until now. And when I see, working with you, all what I can say, really, really good words about your team. And this is what I can say on speed and quality of service. And this is really good thing and good work and compliments for you and your team. So thank you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Tal. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Matan. So we know there are lots of companies, lots of affiliate networks based in Israel, based on Cyprus. Some of them left Israel to Cyprus. Some of them, some of them came back. But we're speaking about like the legit companies, and let's ask. We're all working with legit companies, and I'm asking Matan. It's important to stay legit, and I want to hear from Matan what makes you so special. And let's hear.
Every company should have its own unique value proposition. So I think what we understand as an affiliate network is that relationships and trust are very, very important for success. That's on one side. On the other side is also the insights sharing of every campaign, all the data that every campaign produces can help a lot for optimization. So we try to really gather everything, analyze it, and of course provide it with our affiliates in order for them to succeed, as well as with our advertisers, because eventually they get the traffic, they need to convert it, and we want to make sure they understand the flow, they understand the target audience, and they get all the data they need in order to make the right conversion, and of course generate value out of it. So yeah, that's I think our very unique approach, because many other affiliate networks, they of course provide you with the offers and the creatives, but I'm not sure they go deep down into the numbers and the data. They more count on the affiliate to do so.
So this is where you come from, the proactive approach, and it's actually the title of our panel, being, proactive in whatever you do, banking, legal, affiliation, marketing, etc. Cool. Yeah. And another, proactive company that I really enjoy working with, as I said, is ConnectPay. And ConnectPay has been so proactive that they just, went, I don't know if you can see, with their elbows, and just, continue and leap each and every year after year, quarter after quarter. A very young company, by the way, and steadily growing and growing and growing. And if you open, it's fun to see, like we lawyers, I'm a gaming lawyer. Those who do not know me, we all the time like the lists and the awards, and we're now, for the 6th time in the BDI code, listed as one of the top commercial lawyers in Israel, international commercial. ConnectPay, I'm sure they do the same with their list with the Bank of Latvia, where they can see like the EMI is going up and up and up in the market share. And I think that ConnectPay, correct me if I'm wrong, Marius, is now like number 3 after 2 giants. Like 2 giants have been like for years, like Revolut and Paysera, and you're on the way to even bypass Paysera. It's not already. So I think that that's a really, really cool thing about yourself or your company, actually. And I want to hear, how did it come, and what actually made you stand out against or among the competition? Yeah.
Sure. Thanks, Tal. So look, I think, yes, we are a very young company, but I think what helps us a lot is a couple of things. Number one is that we built ourselves up as a financial services provider for online businesses, right? So we said, now online business is unique, specific, and requires specific solutions. So this is what we tailor our solution towards, is an online business. And what an online business needs really is, in terms of financial services, right? They need to accept payments. That's step number 1 from their clients. They need to settle those payments into bank accounts, do reconciliation and all of that. and obviously do payouts. And one of the key verticals that we focused on in the very beginning was, gaming industry is obviously still an underserved industry, and all of the supporting businesses that support the online gaming, they also struggle with banking. So this was our first go-to-market. We learned this industry, we understand this industry and all the supporting businesses, and that's what we tailor ourselves towards, right? And I think this focus into online alone and talking to our customers about what is online and what they need is what gives us an edge. One thing too is,
you know what? One second, Marius. What I like, and this is also leads us, as you see, it's very dynamic. I can give you an example with Marius. We had a client who asked for something very, very specific. I don't know if Marius would want me to share the specific feature, but I think that he would like to probably announce it officially this September. So I don't want to ruin the surprise. Probably you'll read it on LinkedIn or somewhere. But yeah, it's an example of a feature that one of our clients said, listen, he's been working with you probably like 8 or 9 months. He said, listen, how come ConnectPay doesn't have this feature? And I can tell you, like Marius, he's been promoted from the CTO of the company. They had, the previous CEOs and the management were coming from the banking industry, really cool people. As I said, like lots of experience, but Marius came like from the technology, he was the CTO of the company, like a different approach totally. And I say it's both are really, both approaches are legit. Both approaches are really, really reasonable and has a value. But what Marius did, he put emphasis on technology. That is really also cool. So I want to ask Marius, and this brings us to the next question: which type of products or services did you implement proactively, after getting feedback from the clients that you work with? And Marius, you will start with that, please.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the key things that I would like to mention is, open banking has been a buzzword for several years right now, right? So what we did is we went for the required licensing. We upgraded our licensing that allows us to connect to banks through open banking in Europe, right? And what we are able to do now with those connectivities is we can actually do multiple things for our customers. So, for example, we can allow our gaming customers and all online merchants to accept payments from banks directly. So we're moving into the territory of the biggest payment services providers. That's number one. Obviously, this is of great value because, as I mentioned, right? So our customers will be able to accept payments not only from bank accounts but also cards and settle them into the accounts that are with us. And since we maintain the entire process ourselves and we do our own technology, we can actually be very flexible about setting up the environment for a customer, especially for a big customer, to make it a lot more convenient for them. So that's number one. Another thing that I would like to mention is gaming is obviously there's a lot of responsible gaming is really important, right? And open banking also gives us capabilities to do the affordability assessment for online gaming companies. So using open banking, we can tap into bank accounts and statements of the players, check their balances, check how much money they move around, and help the gaming operator actually do a proper affordability assessment, which allows them to be completely in line with the law. I think that's also a very, very great capability that we can now offer to our customers.
I can tell you, and then I move up to the next question, that being attentive to the client, see what they need, and develop unique services and solutions as a test case. See if it works, and then multiply it and scale it. I think that's a really cool thing. That probably it works only in very lightweight companies, but also in companies like Google. It also happens, and I really like it. Matan, I saw it also with you. With verticals that you got inside and then you left out. I also spoke about it about Amir, and I would like to hear also an example from Matan, and then we'll move also to Jeffrey and then Amir. So next, Matan, please.
Example for what? Sorry.
Example for a service or a product that you have been implementing due to demand on feedback from your partners. Yeah, proactive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, what we have seen recently with different, clients and affiliates, partners, that they really need the understanding of what happens with the client after he purchases, what value he brings, to be able to get this data and optimize the campaign. So every once in a week, we send a very detailed report that allows the affiliate and the advertiser to understand which sources his traffic came from and what happens with each and every client after he got to the advertiser, and of course if it was in touch by a call center, so what happened on the call, a lot of information to allow them to understand how to engineer their funnel in a way that convert better and of course brings higher quality of traffic. So this is one thing. Another thing that we saw is different types of payment solutions. Some affiliates like to be paid by PayPal, some of them by crypto, some of them by wires. So we really try to have an ecosystem of different payment methods that allow each and every partner either to pay us by one of these solutions or to get paid by one of the available solutions out there. Yeah.
As long as it's all legit. And I think that we all know part of the thing that was really problematic, at the past, we call it the cowboys, and this, had a really bad reputation to the industry, to our industry. And I think what is very important and what's going on, I think in the last 2 or 3 years, everybody's wishing to walk by the book. And people understand that compliance is not only a challenge, it's also an opportunity. And people are looking now in the long run. So even if someone has a crypto wallet, myself, I don't have even a crypto wallet, but even those that have a crypto wallet, they declare everything, and do it by the book, because they don't want inspections, they don't want any issue, they don't want anything that can even cause any harm to anyone, and it's important. I think that this is super difference between what's happening now in 2021 that since it happened 8 years ago or 10 years ago, because in the past, I think. When we started our business in 2003, we were gaming lawyers since 2003, and we sold Costa Rica licenses for $4,000, and people opened like casinos with that type of Antigua, with the first white labels of Playtech. That was the standard. But then, people came and actually 2 regulators, and people came to place and asked, listen, why don't you open? I know what happened. This is how the first Curacao licenses came, because the Curacao guys, the Curacao licenses came after Curacao became a base for phone calls, for erotic phone calls, and then people came say, listen, why don't we use Curacao as a base for licensing for gaming? That's exactly being proactive. You can twist it also to a positive way. So now Curacao is based on that, but now again it's changing again. So that's another good example. Jeffrey, I know also with your company, all the time on the move, never a dull moment with you and with Roland and with Daniela and Jens and Stefan, and all the time think you get feedback and you give. And I can tell you, part of the things that you're very unique is all this payment as a service. We have clients who don't want to be only an operator, only an affiliate. They want also to be their own payment service provider. They wanna do and facilitate payments by themselves. And then you say, listen, we can do it. And then some of these kind of issues came actually as a domain. So Jeffrey, how can you please explain and give some examples of services that you have brought, Phoenix P has introduced as a demand, as part of the feedback from the client, please?
Yes, so something that's very important for the company is listening to our clients and listening to our partners and learning about what their needs are, because ultimately that's how we learn what the market is asking for and what products we need to develop. A number of years ago, we launched our IBAN for You service, which is a service for businesses. We provide them with IBAN accounts. And we target niche industries like gaming, crypto, adult entertainment. And what we've seen in these past years and months is that we've been getting more requests for virtual events. They are like sub accounts within the main account, and these are very helpful for money management, because you can have different departments having their own virtual IBAN. Virtual IBANs are very fast to set up, makes transferring money faster and more secure. So there are many advantages to having virtual IBANs with your IBAN account. And more than that, we're also working on debit cards. So a department can have its own physical or virtual MasterCard and debit card to use, for company expenses. So if it's an affiliate.
Jeffrey, I think that's an example of something that I know came from actually feedback, because people have been using to pay 2%, to charge a prepaid debit card, and to give to one of the affiliates to use, and then at the end of the day, you actually give them a debit card which is directly connected to the PhoenixPay account, which is cool. And this again something that came from the clients themselves. That's
exactly, and that's the most important thing that I want to emphasize, is that of course we have our off-the-shelf solutions, but it's all about, as I said before, learning what the client needs, and if the client needs something that's a bit custom, then we have our operations and our technology team that are ready to create custom solutions for our clients.
Amazing.
So we are very flexible in that regards too.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. Thank you, Amir. I know that also you are probably, that's part of the first characteristic, that you all the time learn, all the time get feedback, exactly as Jeffrey said also, and with Jeffrey it's not very easy. You know that with Marius, he has all the team in Vilnius. With Matan, actually most of the team is near Jerusalem. Actually, it's like not even in Tel Aviv, but it's in Jerusalem and Rishon LeZion and also in other places. But let's say it's not in the hardcore Tel Aviv community. And with Amir, it's also split between like Givatayim and Beersheva, and you have also teams. But again, it's not across continents. Jeffrey has like split between, like even split it evenly between Malta and between Hamburg. And it's really interesting to see that you can get feedback and go work and you get all the time, improving all the time and improve all the time. So Amir, can you give us an example where a client or a business partner told you, listen, can you try and go on that route? Please, Amir.
Well, actually, Tal, part of doing legal to us is also a major source to get us a lot of business. And we always we went to several conferences, I think over like 10 or 12 conferences in the last 3 years. And it got us to the table one big client that dealing with trading, but in a way of an app. And this wasn't our core business. We're usually working, as I mentioned, with data and leads that we provide to our clients. But we said that we will take this opportunity. We got experience from the past dealing with mobile apps, and my brother dealing also with mobile networks, install applications. So we tried this route, and we found that it wasn't so successful for us. I'm not saying that it's a bad opportunity, but for us it wasn't an amazing one. And we moved on. So still we're seeking for new fields to grow and to reach for, but any opportunity will be considered.
Yeah. And I think, thank you, Amir. And I think that part of what actually Amir is really good at is actually maintaining good relationship with partners, And Amir, this is what I really like. And you didn't even mention it, but this is something I cannot say it's a feature which is unique to you, because I believe that people that cannot have a relationship that lasts in this industry will not stay that long in the industry. But it's something that I really like, because that's part of what makes your company special. I mean, I think, guys, we have 4 different people here. I have now the guys in Marbella doing hello to us. I think that probably they want to ask something or want to give some feedback from the 3,000 people there. Yes, our friends, we're here. If you have any questions, or if not, we can wrap it up probably, and maybe, yeah. We cannot hear you. You're muted.
Helpless. I need somebody to unmute me. There we go. I'm so helpless here. I'm back on the stage. I can't do anything. I need somebody to press the button. Fantastic panel, guys. Thank you so much. We have got a couple of questions. So the first one is, with everything that you've said, can you give me one top tip? And we don't have very long, so just keep it short. But I'm going to start with Jeffrey. What would your tip for the next year or the future be to people watching this panel?
Jeffrey, we cannot hear you.
Tip for what?
Success.
For success.
You've talked about some of the process challenges. Let's look to the next year. We're all going to be successful. What would your one tip be to people watching?
My tip would be to build a strong relationship with your payment service provider and with your banking partner. Make sure that your things are in order, because there are always regulatory changes happening, and you have to be proactive in that regard.
Amazing.
Fantastic. Thank you. And Marius, same question to you. Do you have one tip for people watching?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, just as I mentioned in the beginning, focus. Don't drop what you're doing. Identify what you're doing and stick to it. And if you follow through and build a product with focus in mind, with continuous focus in mind, you will always have a good business. So focus on your product and you will have good business.
And Matan, I'm going to change it slightly. What are you seeing in terms of challenges for the next year that your customers are talking about? I mean, we've come out of this COVID era. Have things changed, or is it just the same kind of challenges that you're seeing?
I think a lot of changed in the last year, especially because of the COVID, but also because of other topics happened in the world that affected, from my point of view, marketing point of view, a lot of the platforms that we're using to run traffic. So I think you should really understand what you're promoting and make your research, if it's on your target audience, if it's on the market that you're penetrating, and try to see what are the obstacles, what are the opportunities, and what are the weaknesses, all the SWOT model, in order to really understand what's the game plan for you, and then focus on how you promoting it and moving forward. Because sometimes people just want to run and get things live, get things ready and set up. But I think planning is a very, very crucial part of success, because if you don't plan and you just do it, I think it's good, but it's you're probably gonna spend a lot of time dealing with different things that you haven't thought of because you didn't plan. So I think plan, make your research, and of course understand what you're promoting, what marketing you should apply, because marketing is in every business, and I think it's the core for success.
Amir, I'm going to come to you next. So thinking about the next year, what are your clients saying to you? What's your one tip for success for them?
Well, the crypto trading field is very competitive, and the main key there is the traffic. traffic. Facebook and Google are crushing, and it's very hard today to get traffic there, and that's make us very attractive since we are not getting live traffic. We try to improve our conversion rates and automation. Actually, automation was the key for us to succeed in this year, bringing our clients much more traffic in quality and providing them sustainable traffic through the year. So that's the opportunity for the next year to us to grow in all for all our clients.
Thank you. Well, Talron, I should really leave the last word to you, but what a fantastic panel. Thank you so much for moderating it. And I'm hoping that we'll actually see you all in Marbella or wherever this conference is next year. But go on, Talron, close us out.
Yeah, so first of all, I want, before we close this panel, I want to, again, to take a few minutes also to thank you and to thank, of course, Walter and Andreas for bringing this up in these challenging times. You know, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. I hope that everybody can hear it from home and there in Marbella. That's really, it's not easy, but we really appreciate it and really hope to see you all live soon. Regarding the question, you know, the best tip for our delegates, I think the most important thing is also redundancy, and it's a strange word. I come also from computer science. Make sure that you have all the time more and more and more and more. It means that you need to have several EMIs and several EMIs. So if you're working, you can take an EMI, a good EMI from Lithuania, a good EMI from Malta, and you can work with one brick and mortar bank, you know, like DBS. We like it really much in Singapore, which you have good connections with a specific bank, and then you can have several licenses if you go on the gaming operation, and you know that Curacao is now in decline. So why not check Alderney and other type of licenses? I think that in Israel, very, very, very important to get a legal opinion for activities. Things are changing. You know, things are changing in marketing. Things are changing in retention. Things are changing. If you work without legal opinion and you do online marketing, it can be a really bad situation when, you know, if something happens and you don't know exactly what to do and what not to do. So all of this, it means that you need to be very proactive. It's not like in the past. You need like full coverage, full dedicated support. You know, our team, Talron, Drime and Co. I have a dedicated team that works with probably the best names in gaming and Forex in Israel. And I can tell you, I enjoy it. And I think that's the best tip. Keep compliant and make sure that all the time on the top of things. And again, the final word, let's enjoy this time together. Bye-bye.
From day one, Crack Revenue's tagline has been, "Follow the whale." 10 years later, it's truer than ever. Unlike most CPA networks, we test all of our top offers using our designers, media buyers, and analysts to make sure the funnel is working and that the offer is more than profitable. Then we share the recipe with our affiliates. Simply put, Crack revenue is made for affiliates by affiliates. It's the whole idea behind Follow the Whale. That way, everybody wins.